All right, hopefully we're online. Hello and welcome to the Independent Broadcast Network. I am Winners with the One, and welcome to Friday Night Hockey. It's going to be a great one tonight. Killinger's not here. He is moving, so he will be back next week, and hopefully we'll be back playing Hockey Question Mark by Cryptic Sea. Thought we were playing tonight, but then they're doing scrims right now. And they just, forget about Friday Night Hockey. Yeah. Then they just kind of went back to their things, so, okay. But the show must go on. So we're playing probably the greatest hockey game of all time, NHL 94. And I've had this playoff series going forever, so might as well finish it off. Oh, Nicholas Lidster is cold. Chris Chelios is hot. This is a good sign for the Blackhawks. And I think I'm okay with the rosters we've got. Hopefully the controller works. And it does. Yay. Wait, what in the hell? Oh. We're off to a great start this evening. Hell. Much better.
The melding has transformed the earth. The Chosen harass our strongholds, pushing us to the edge. The Accord is only just able to
very
keep
close
it
to the Stanley Cup.
But you
smell it
can change
here
that.
in Chicago.
Today, you are recruits. Tomorrow, you will
hey,
be
David.
heroes.
Yeah, we played Blades of Steel just a while back. We were at Geek Fest on Friday night. Yeah, we played Blades of Steel just a while back. We were at Geek Fest on Friday night. Yeah, we played Blades of Steel just a while back. Turn down the volume here. Okay, great. Yes, Blades of Steel. They had a Nintendo set up, so Killinger and I had the grudge match of the century in Blades of Steel. I won like 10-9. It was ridiculous. But I was not going to be defeated at Blades of Steel. I just wasn't. And the Hawks refusing to be defeated here. 2-0 already in the first period. And Jeremy Roenick, of course, one of the great video game athletes of all time. It's like Bo Jackson and Tecmo Bowl. Dirk Graham down the corner. Stolen. Take it back on side. Here we go. Oh. And a big collision from a tough Vancouver defense back there. Trying to work it around. Checking line out. And the offsides will allow us to put somebody else on. We'll go with our second line. That's coaching. Yeah, we were going to try to stream that, the Blades of Steel battle, but internet was at a premium at that convention, unfortunately. But yeah, sometimes the old games are the best in a lot of ways. Played so many hours of this one. Can't tell from the way I'm playing here, but I'll take that. Yes. He shoots and scores. Oh, fuck yeah, Mutant League Hockey. Oh my God, those Mutant League games are so good. See, EA is sitting on a gold mine with that. With all these reboots and remakes of all these games, you would think surely it's a no-brainer. Make the new Mutant League games. Bring that back. series definitely ripe to be redone. Oh. Yes, I played a lot of Mutant League hockey. And Mutant League football. Oh, dangerous. I like to play manual goalie. Sometimes that's good, but then sometimes like that, it is not good. But still with a 2-goal lead here in the first period. But yeah, can't believe everybody flaked tonight. It's kind of funny. But they're doing scrims and stuff, so. And Killinger setting up in a new place. Should be pretty cool once he gets set up. We're not in beautiful high definition here. We're in whatever this is, 480p or something. But so is the game itself in 480p. So just crisp, clear images, just as they were intended. On a CRT too. Coming across. Oh, caught out on a line change. Looking for the one-timer across. And Kirk McLean holds it for the face-off. Captain Kirk, I remember they used to call him. And of course the hockey community, it is the HQML off season officially. So I'll give them that as an excuse. So we had last week, of course, the exciting finals. Trick for Ronak. Yes, everybody who ever played this game knows the skating across the slot with Ronak trick. Not that it's much of a trick. Is immortalized in the movie Swingers. But, so yeah, I think probably the assumption was that nothing was going on this week. So at least they're playing hockey. I guess I could have casted their scrim, but somehow this is better. And it gives me an opportunity to talk about some of the things that are coming up for the Independent Broadcast Network. And there are a few. We talked about this a little bit on the big Tribe of Sin cast this past weekend, which thanks to Freaky and thanks to the Texas Redneck and the whole Tribe of Sin community who came back for one weekend. And we had about 100 people show up for a draft tournament. Oh, and Peter Nedved is down. But Muni will get the roughing call. And pretty good turnout for that. And some cash prizes were on the line. Like a few $100s worth of cash prizes. So that was kind of nice. And it turns out if you put in money, people will show up. But also, it's a good excuse to reunite the community, such as it was. And so we had a great time. But during that, we did talk a little bit about this. Here on IBN, we are doing a new addition to our lineup, the IBN Free Music Library. As you know, a lot of this, we're living in an era of I'm sitting here trying to skate and play and talk. This is rough. We're living in a time of copyrights and DMCA takedowns and that kind of thing. And so we've run into it here. One night, everybody got kind of sentimental at the end of the cast, and Killinger started playing I Don't Want to Miss a Thing by Aerosmith. I mean, like 20 seconds of it, if that. Just enough for the chorus. And when we put it up on YouTube, about 15 minutes later, he got a DMC takedown notice from YouTube. Oh, you have used Sony Music. Noticed that you are playing Aerosmith's copyrighted I Don't Want to Miss a Thing. It's just like, what? It's some Skynet shit, fam. I mean, when you think about the kind of computing power it takes to do that, I mean, we could be curing cancer or something, but no, we're using that kind of computing power to figure out whether you fucking played Lady Gaga or Katy Perry on your stream. Which says a lot about us as society, but really I can't do much about it here at IBN other than to start the IBN Free Music Library, which is a collection of royalty-free, copyright-free, public domain pretty much music that we will be starting here very soon, in the next week or so, first of the month. And it's starting out small, but we'll be adding to it a few songs every month. Everything from chiptune to symphonic to rock to EDM, whatever. Just things that are of use to streamers and video YouTube makers, and just people who need music and are not wanting to get caught by these copyright thingies. So that's coming very soon, and it will start out small, but as you do a few months of that, and pretty soon you've got a pretty good library of music for people to use. So excited about doing that. Playing live drums over songs, yeah, that shit's crazy. It picks everything up. I've heard rumors of people just kind of singing songs or just humming a melody and getting dinged by it. And I don't know if it's that good or not, some of these algorithms, but if they are, that's frightening. And also stupid. I mean, do we really need that much copyright protection? But well, we can do something about it. We can just put up music that fills people's needs. I have all the fixings. There we go. Brian Noonan. I've done music for a lot of years. Soundtrack stuff, run a record label, still do. Just a little bit of everything. And at first it's just going to mostly be stuff that I've done for this purpose, but we're going to be hitting up our once again, just in that same place, Steve Larmer. Well, I'll be prevailing upon some producer friends as well to add to this. So I think there are a lot of people who need that sort of music. But yeah, the IBN Free Music Library. We'll be telling everybody more about it very, very soon. "17 seconds, Dirk Graham. Looking for help, spins, shoots. And as a checking line guy, he hits it wide. Right, got this well in hand so far, a 6-1 lead here, going into the third of this game one. Oh, boarded. but held on. Oh, the one-timer does not go. Yep, but this is what we're doing on a Friday night instead of doing Hockey Question Mark, the awesome hockey game from Cryptic Sea. I did hear from Cryptic Sea a while ago. I mean, just a while ago. It was like seconds, mere seconds before our telecast this evening. And he said that he had been talking to Luke, who is the co-dev on Hockey Question Mark, and that they were working on the new version. Oh, and Graham had it wide open, but sails it well over the net. So we should, maybe next week we might be testing the new version of Hockey Question Mark here on Friday Night Hockey. Oh, look at that one. Christian Rutu. And there is Cryptic Sea. Hello. Yeah, the kids flaked on me, man. They were in the middle of an LHL scrim, and they were like, "Oh yeah, I forgot about Friday Night Hockey. Oh yeah," and then they just went right back to doing whatever it was. Like, fine. Fine, we'll go back to old time hockey, like Eddie Shore and Toad Blake. We're putting on the foil. But it is the off season of the HQ Mills, so we'll be telling everybody more about season 6 coming up very soon. I'm not sure when the actual schedule will start. I know that this year is going to be, or this season, I always say year, but actually we do several seasons a year, which is good. Seasons aren't quite as grueling as some of these other leagues. But I know it's going to be set up with 2 divisions. This will be the first time this has ever been done in, well, North American Hockey Question Mark for sure. And I don't know. As a soccer fan, as an American soccer fan, I'm not a big proponent of promotion and relegation. I'm going to be honest. But we're going to try it. We're going to try it and see how it works. There'll be 2 divisions, and the way the schedule will be set up, we'll still be doing our 3 or 4 games a week as far as the actual Friday Night Hockey schedule. So that part won't change. It's the show won't change that much. But there'll be an upper division and a lower division. And of course the winners and people from the playoffs this past season will make up Division 1, and then Division 2 will be the lower division. And then I couldn't tell you all of the details on how all this works, but that's basically the idea, is that the good teams will advance to Division A, and the struggling teams will get popped down to Division B to have more of a competitive effort, I suppose. And so it's meant to try to do 2 things, one of which is keep teams together more and longer, because that's been one of the things that international play-wise that everybody's wanting to kind of do is keep teams playing together instead of splitting up at the end of every season and starting anew, so that everybody gets used to playing with each other, so that when we start doing club-based international competition, that there's a little less of a disadvantage. But also, yeah, to make the games more competitive, so it's not 3-pronger blowing everybody out 9-0 on Friday Night Hockey, which, I don't know. Even if you would have had that sort of set up for this season's hockey yet. Creeponger still probably would have blown everybody out 9-0 because they ended up doing it in the finals as well. But it's worth a try. It's worth a try. We're willing to do it. And just running out the clock here, a 7-1, a stunning victory here in Game 1 of this best of 7. I'm going to be playing all 7 on stream here, but I will save my game so I can keep playing them. No surprise that Ronick is the top star of the game. And a very impressive goal ratio there, yes. Belfort at 91%. Not bad. Yes, we'll go ahead and continue this. This time they're giving Chicago the advantage. And I'm giving Vancouver the advantage by shoving one in my own net. Great, great. Oh, Monty's here. Hello. Next time you see the hockey community, tell them I said fuck you too, man. They were not interested in playing tonight on Friday Night Hockey. Not at all. Not even the lure of being casted by professionals was enough to bring people in to play tonight. No, as soon as I got on Royale with Cheese, everybody left. They're doing scrims elsewhere. And it was packed. They had a big game going. It's like, oh yeah, I forgot about Friday Night Hockey. Oh well, anyway. After all we've done. I may be a little salty. I don't know. I showed up. I mean, you know, we it's the off season. Killinger's moving, so he couldn't be here. And I was like, no, I'm going to make sure that I'm there. And Larmer's there. Steve Larmer with assist from Michel Goulet. And the Hawks tie things back up. Oh, you drafted me? Oh, that's great. I might actually have to show up and play. I didn't, I thought you had to sign up to be eligible. Because a couple of people asked, and I was like, oh, don't waste a draft pick on me. I might actually have to show up one night then and get my revenge. Oh, they threw the draft pick out. Okay. Well, it doesn't matter then. Well, I appreciate the sentiment. It's more consideration than I got from the hockey community this evening. Which I guess at least they were playing hockey. At least it wasn't like, oh, we're playing Counter-Strike or League of Legends or something. And to be fair, I didn't put anything out on the socials. If I would have... next week I'll know to make a Reddit post and let people know for sure. Oh, come on, ref. Skate was over the line. Yeah, if nothing else, I'm going to show up for Fight on Hockey. Yeah, whether I have to play Blades of Steel or David Edegrad, Mutant League Hockey. I know I've got that ROM somewhere. All the Mutant League games. Or yeah, Blades of Steel. It turned out I hadn't lost my touch at Blades of Steel. So. Or then there's that one Nintendo hockey game where you can get, like, there's the skinny guys or the fat guys, and then occasionally they'll get in big fights. Just make a team of all fat guys and bully people around. Yes, this is NHL 94 here. Good eye. '93 was pretty good because it had blood, but it did not have the official teams. It had the Blackhawks, but they were just called Chicago, and they had the colors, but they were not officially sanctioned. And 95 is pretty good. 96 okay, but not quite as good. And from there on out, they mostly kind of adopted EA's current strategy of making the same damn game, but with roster changes. But this era was a lot of fun for anybody who is a fan of the Blackhawks, though. So those were some great teams. Blades of Steel is an NES game. And it also has a fighting mode, which then it makes the crazy anime stripy things in the background like Dragon Ball or something when people fight. It's pretty cool. Oh, and that's a pretty cool one-timer from Steve Smith over to Steve Lorimer, the two Steves. Getting one through. 3-1 now. Well, the Penguins of this era were very, very good as well, of course. They had, speaking of Nintendo, they had Super Mario. And the timeless Jaromir Jagr was a young player then. And really the only reason the Blackhawks didn't have a Stanley Cup during this era is because they ran into a even better Penguins team. But yeah, I get the same thing too from people, like the hockey guys. Like, what team do you like? It's like Blackhawks. It's like, oh, yeah, black bandwagon, yeah. It's like, no. The Blackhawks sucked balls for many, many years. And so it's been a treat to see them good. And the Penguins Lord knows they struggled for many years as well. They put some pretty terrible teams on the ice. Of course, casting-wise, I'm a big fan of the great Mike Lang. As anybody who's ever listened to him or listened to me can tell. I've taken a few cues from his style. He and Pat Foley from the Hawks. And that one guy from Buffalo, I never can remember his name. Of course, Doc Emmerich. Everybody loves Doc Emmerich. I don't know. Part of the fun of doing Friday Night Hockey is, as a hockey fan, I getting to cast the game. That's... I started out as a radio guy, and I've done about everything you can do in radio except sports, and I always wanted to. So it was a fun opportunity to kind of get to do something like that. So that's been part of the joy for me personally of doing Friday Night Hockey. And just the fact that it's grown so much, and the North American game has grown so much, has been very gratifying. Oh! And Craig Muni. The shot to the dome from Trevor Linden. Yeah, ice hockey for the NES. Yeah, that was it. The one with the little skinny guys and the fat guys. Yeah. And yeah, the pins do have Lemieux and Yager in this version. This was just a great era for hockey, really. I'm excited about the season starting again, though. There's some preseason games going on tonight. Oh, thanks, Bonnie. Yeah, Friday Night Hockey is always a good time. And see, usually we didn't even have a league when we started out. We just did open skates. It's just, hey, if you guys want to play, we're just going to play on Fridays. And whoever shows up, we'll cast it. And it was popular enough. Oh, look at that one. That DVD put together the league, the HQML, and getting ready for its 6th season. I mean, it was mostly because I enjoy Cryptic Seas games from back when A New Zero first came out, and so I was looking to see if New Zero's still around. Oh man. And I found Hockey question mark. I was like, oh, this is great. So I brought back the TeamSpeak, the generator TeamSpeak, and we had such a good time with it. So we started playing all the time, and we were known for doing what we called the Drunken Masters on Fridays, which was, and still is, when we play and do drinking games along with whatever game we're playing. And so hockey sort of fits that very well. And that's where it sort of began, and it took off from there. Oh, getting lucky with the rub of the post. And that became pretty much the starting or restarting of the North American scene, because DVD and his crew had been doing some stuff before that with the Face Punch community, the people that do Gary's Mod and Rust and all that. They played before we did, but then they stopped well before we had gotten back into it, so we didn't find out about all that until later. But really, the resurgence of the North American scene was mostly because we had fun playing it when we were drunk. Sometimes these guys forget that, and that's okay. Yeah, three-pronger, that whole season was just ridiculous, and I mean, they earned it. They what can you say? I mean, they played hard, and Friday Night Hockey, HQML and all that does not have a draft. I kind of hope we never do. I mean, it's sort of meant to be a little bit more laid back and allowing people to play with their friends. I think that's important, but it also means that, yeah, you're going to have some times when those groups of friends might be pretty good together, and those guys were really, really good together, and you know, holy shit. It was a little lopsided at times. In fact, most of the time. So, in that game one last week, when Two Buff almost beat them, and that was kind of shocking. We were like, wow, could this turn around? But then they started playing like three-pronger, and there was just no stopping them. So. But congratulations to them. It's going to be tough for anybody to try to beat them next time around. I'm hoping that some super teams will form to try to, though. If they take it seriously enough to do something like that. Because, I mean, it's happened before. Season or two, it was 2 seasons. It wasn't the season before, it was the season before that, where most of those guys were on a team called Kill Squad Coming at Your Life, and their season went very similarly to that. And these other guys made the Squad Killers, and it ended up being the Kill Squad versus Squad Killers in the finals. Well, nobody thought Kill Squad was going to lose, but the Squad Killers actually beat them, which is probably one of the reasons that they really kind of had a chip on their shoulder about trying to plow through the league with three-pronger without their own rap songs and stuff quite as much as Kill Squad did. Which Kill Squad was actually pretty hilarious, but many people thought that they were just trying to rub it in a little bit. I think it was meant to be in good fun, but I don't know. Sometimes hockey makes pretty salty players. I don't know. So things that people do for fun sometimes are taken as more of a slight. But I hope that people will never take Friday Night Hockey too seriously. We like for them to take it seriously, but not so seriously as to be like, you know, fuck you guys kind of seriously. But some of these guys are kind of like fuck you guys no matter what. And I get that. You know, we try to do our best to manage the personalities all we can. it's still a young and growing community, so there's going to be stuff like that. But oh, I've got the empty net here. The lob one down, did not go. Usually Larmer pretty good with those. Anyway, he's good enough to get the first star of the game. Yeah, I agree. Sometimes people are difficult to deal with, but that's with anything you do in life, I suppose. What is it, 9:15? All right, one more. Because why not? We can get a 3-0 advantage here in the playoffs. That is a good thing. Penalty, what the hell? But yeah, it's fun. And I've just been happy to see hockey ? Grow in North America. I mean, that's just amazing to me. We talk about it, I think every week we say something about, did you know that there's 3 leagues in North America? I mean, and that's amazing. And it sounds like RSL is kind of in a revived state this season. I saw the posts on the subreddit, on the r hockey ? Subreddit, and everybody seems really excited. There's a lot of enthusiasm, and I was happy to see that. I mean, because RSL is a pretty important league, because it's where a lot of people are going to get their first experience playing the game organized wise, and I think it's cool that there's a league that allows them to do that. And I liked what I was hearing about how they're trying to make it more where people aren't coming in and, your good players, your established players coming in and taking up spots, because, I mean, the idea is to avoid that kind of frustration. When you're playing people that have a lot of experience, it's meant to be for to give you the fun of playing at your own level, because it's a hard game. It is a very difficult game, and when you're up against people that are really, really good at it, then that takes a little bit of the fun away, and you don't want to take the fun away from people who are just getting started with it, or who don't put as many hours into being good at it, or just have the time to put in all those hours. So I'm excited about that. I mean, because then a lot of those people go on to play in things like HQML. I mean, that's which we have no, or we haven't before had any sort of skill requirements or restrictions or anything like that. So, but now we will, because of the promotion and relegation. But to be fair, the way that's being set up, there we go. Claude Lemieux, not Claude Lemieux, Jocelyn Lemieux. Getting my Lemieux mixed up. It's not Mario Lemieux. Yeah, I feel you. I mean, being a commissioner of the RSL, there are a lot of challenges that aren't there in other leagues because you got to figure out the balance on all this stuff. But I don't know. I think it all pays off when it's all said and done. I guess the best thing you can really shoot for is to give people an atmosphere where they like the game and are having enough fun with the game to want to continue playing it. You know, where you aspire to, well, I mean, starting out here in the RSL, but one day, get up there and get in the LHL or whatever. And part of that is keeping it to where, people don't get mad at each other so much where they're just like, no, I don't want to play this game anymore because I don't like this community. And that's tough, I mean, because it's about people management as much as it is managing the day-to-day affairs of the leagues. I think it helps to have a thick skin. And I heard talk for a while about a possible fourth league for like super duper beginners, where it's just like the I can barely hold on to the puck kind of beginners. I don't know what the story was on that, but if that happens, that's cool too. I'm hoping that we can do another big recruitment drive and try to bring more people in to play the game. But, we're talking, oh, there we go. Armor. But then every time we start talking about doing a recruitment drive, that's usually about the time that the board is filled with people, in their salt threads. So you don't want to go in and say, on some other board, like, hey, come play hockey ? Here's our thing at r/hockey ? And then they go there and the first thing they see is just a string of people going, fuck you, no, fuck you. No, I'm down voting you. Ooh, this is a community I really want to get involved with. Ooh. Which by and large, it's a super nice community as gaming communities go. It really is. And I'm proud of the little North American community that's popped up. But yeah, it's not all happiness and sunshine and rainbows. I mean, let's be honest. But there are some really good people in the league, and in the various leagues. I'm glad to have met a good many of them. They downvoted it in the EA NHL. Well, that makes me sad because I was one of the people that suggested that. Because the new EA NHL is, by all accounts, terrible, just terrible. And so I would have thought that would have gone over better. Offsides, trying to catch them on a line change. okay, so there will be a beginners league, perhaps. Okay. Well, I don't know. I just think more people. There are more people out there that don't know that they would love this game as much or love hockey question mark if they knew about it. And I think, well, I know that Cryptic C thinks so too. I mean, it's like we've talked about it on numerous occasions. So I was happy earlier when he said that he and Luke, he had just gotten back in touch with Luke again, and hopefully next week we will be testing the new version of Hockey Question Mark. But I know that we talk about esports and stuff, and he sees no reason why it couldn't be a big esport, or at least a bigger esport. And although some people are griping that he should just fix the old version of hockey, he doesn't want to do that. They want to make the new version of hockey more viable, and because I don't know, you got to listen to what people say, even if it's stupid. And what people say is that needs better graphics. Look at that one-timer. That's just how people are. People are shallow. They want better graphics, and they want something that looks more modernized, and that's one of the reasons that they're making this new version of hockey. And so I think he and Luke feel like if they can make a newer, shinier game, you know, with the new physics stuff that he's putting in his other games, that the game has a better shot at getting noticed in a more mainstream sense. And I think that's fair. I think that's fair. As much as people would like to see the 55 version of hockey be the standard, like forever, because they put so much time into it. They put so much time into it. You know, you want those skills not to be going to waste. But I don't know. I think it's good to look at the future. And frankly, I'm just happy that he keeps working on hockey. While I'm getting up and getting all salty here, if it wasn't for this very program, Friday Night Hockey, we wouldn't have gotten the work we've gotten in on either of them. So maybe the community needs to be reminded of that from time to time. I mean, that's real fucking talk. I think we got this one well in hand, 6-0 Chicago. Oh. Don't go in ahead of me. I think we're just getting started as far as hockey goes, as far as hockey question mark goes. just in a short time, a little over a year, built a pretty strong community. And new versions of the game are coming. And I think that the best is yet to come for Cryptic Sea as well. I mean, Sub Rosa is going to be big. I can tell you that. I don't know, maybe not Call of Duty big, but big in the indie game sense, big, certainly. Devolver Digital is kind of like a good record label where, people may not know the band, but if it's on this label, they'll buy it because they know that label is good. Devolver Digital is one of the few such entities in gaming currently that anybody trusts like that. And they haven't done anything to earn distrust yet. We've got things like Hatful Boyfriend, a pigeon Japanese dating sim with pigeons. It's big on the Steam charts because we were like, oh, I don't know, man, but it's Devolver. Sure, what the hell, I'll try it. So, they get a hold of something like Sub Rosa. Oh, yeah, it's going to pop. And that's good for hockey, too. I mean, because it will bring Cryptic Sea more of the attention that I think he really deserves, because his games are all great, and everything I've played of his is cool. And plus, all his games kind of inform the other games as far as content. They're all in the... He writes them from scratch, just like Mama used to make. And so, like, physics changes that are made in Sub Rosa, they get put into hockey. And New Zero. And, well, even Touring Car Legend. I love Touring Car Legend. And we'll be doing that one too. I mean, when the multiplayer becomes available to everybody and not just a few of us, we will be doing race nights with touring cars. It's a lot of fun. And the new tracks that Emily has made are great. They're just fun. There's a lot of content to it. But we got some other games also coming up soon on IBN. Different new titles. Of course, Rec Tuesday, every Tuesday. And we'll be doing it again this Tuesday, as we had a community night this past week. We didn't do a show, but we will be back next week with more Rec Tuesday. And we'll be back on Friday Night Hockey as well. Oh, let's see. Oh, we got highlights here. Did the pins come through? Oh, they did. The 6-5 victory. I love the little highlights. This game was truly ahead of its time. But yes, I think we'll also be casting some Insurgency again coming up soon. And that game is always a lot of fun. And we'll be back next week with Friday Night Hockey. I'm not sure what we will be doing. Possibly show matches. We've talked about getting Blood Dragon from Season 1 back together. I don't know. We'll just have to see what happens on all of that. But a lot of cool things are happening. Of course, we'll be telling you more soon. We'll be making announcements about the IBN Free Music Library. which that will be available to everybody. We want to make a pretty good collection of free music that people can use on their YouTube streams or on their videos, on their Twitch TV, Hitbox, Dailymotion, or whatever streams without worrying about running afoul of content ID or copyright issues. It's becoming a thing, so it's cool that we're able to put something together like that, and you can use all this stuff free of charge in your projects. So we'll be telling you more about that coming up soon with more details around the first of the month, the IBN Free Music Library. Did I say tomorrow? Oh, it's yes, I mean next week on Friday Night Hockey. But yes, and Tuesday, Rec Tuesday, and various things happening during the week. And we kind of play it by ear, but then sometimes things happen that we know about, and then sometimes we're able to actually plan ahead. Most of the time, not. Most of the time, it's just whatever. That's esports, and that's casting, and it's all good. But thanks to everybody who joined us tonight. Thank you, Monty, David. Oh, Fixtures came in. Hello, Fixtures. And to everybody who was here throughout the course of the evening. Yeah, next week, more hockey ? But unless everybody flakes again, then we'll pick something from the NES collection, perhaps. Or Mutant League Hockey. I don't know. Either way, the show goes on. And I'm Winners with the One, and we'll be back. Killinger should be here next week as well. He'll be back from his move. He'll be settled in. And his ISP, hopefully, will have figured out what the hell they're doing. And we'll have this back in lovely HD quality once again. I hope you enjoyed it in ghetto quality tonight. Enjoyed just hanging out and playing the game. A 20-year-old game, but still very relevant to modern times. So from all of us here at the Independent Broadcast Network, thanks everybody, and we will see you next time.